We are at week 10. Just finished it up. It's Thursday, and this is programming. We did a little bit of lists, group, midterm project. We spent a lot of time on that. We did another example of modules. Assignments 5 and 6 should be ready to go. And we are on day 20. Just finishing up. Not a lot of whiteboard. We talked about change, grit video, growth mindset. This idea, you are here and the object is to move here. More and more research, our brains are able to grow. I think the warning here comes from a set mindset. And that idea is where you think you're this smart and you can't move up at all. Now granted, some of us are blessed at different levels in terms of maybe IQ or how well we can learn and some of that stuff, but it is true, all of us have the capability to learn. That's the growth mindset. Willing to change, perseverance for long-term goals, because you can always improve. We talked about some people have done this. These should all be else ifs, or you nest your ifs all inside. With some of the assignments, don't be mixing these up like this. This, again, is not good. Alright. This is still, that's left over from networking and classes of address. So we spent a good share of the time then working on those projects, and then I did a little bit more on the practice, the actual work that has to do with, you can see it right here, limit check. Okay, that contains, we defined some functions in there. Okay, in fact, let me see if I can circle those right here. So here's the first one. That's where we did the work to find the, we had the low, the high, and then we checked to see if the number's in between. And we printed out the results. Then I did another one right here, I believe the other day, in which we found the range size. We print and we did some calculations. And then here's one we defined. It's a little harder to see here. This one calculates FICA. And the interesting thing on this one, if I can highlight this here, see that right there? We actually return a value. So let's just look at it down here in our work program. Okay? Maybe we'll use another color down here. Here's where we inputted some values. Let's look at that. So we input it, and then we ran this. Do you see it up here? Let me circle it. Limits. We defined a function, and down here we called the function. range check. Up here, if I can find it. Range size, see that? Down here we called range size. One more example. Down here we, to get the FICA amount, we called FICA, and up here, FICA did this work multiplied by this, and then it returned the value it figured out. And so that value returned and was stored here. So, what we need to be able to take away, we need to be able to define functions, and it goes beyond that, and then we have to be able to use modules and call functions. And we're going to keep adding to that. The exact same code is right here. Might be a little bit easier for you to read. In fact, let me run through the example one more time. We define limits inside a program called check. Down here we import that limit check, and then within there we access that module. So it actually comes up and does that work right there. Here we access this one. I use a different color here. And that one then, that one was this part right here. And then if you'll notice here, this actually calculates and returns a value. And so down in here, we call that one right here. So this goes and does the calculation there, returns the value, and then that value is stored there. Alright. So we continue to work on our assignments, and our goal, try to be all the way up through assignment 11-12. They're combined, all of those by Thanksgiving. And most people should have gone, done, up through, we're going to look at, should be up through A6. A7 is just putting it into a loop. 8 is a report. And then 9 and 10 people should be working on right now. That's it.